All right, rise and shine, everybody. I'm trying to get the spin right there. Welcome.
Try it again.
Welcome. March Madness. We're here, Final Four. I'm Matthew Foltz alongside Lindsay Monroe. Thanks for waking up with us, everyone, here on 13 Sunrise. And welcome into the Circle City if you're visiting in town, maybe from, Illinois, Connecticut, Michigan. All over.
Yeah, Arizona.
Arizona, yeah, made the long trip from Arizona. So welcome. We got a jam-packed weekend, Lindsay.
We do, and Indy is doing it right. We've got a Marina Silva. She is down checking out what all those fans are going to be able to do down on Georgia Street. But we know we've got the free concerts, we've got the games, the bars, the crowds. I mean, a little bit of everything for everybody. We're going to have to split our time, I think, inside and outside, because we got some rain that is on the way. And we've been watching this on radar. Had a few showers that have been passing through so far today. Some of you maybe even already waking up to a little bit of rain outside. It has not been consistent just yet. That rain chance is really going to ramp up as we watch a cold front that's still back to our west move in later today, and that's going to actually increase our chance to perhaps even see some lightning as we get into this afternoon. In the meantime, been watching some steadier rainfall up into Howard County, just to the north, into the Peru area, Miami County as well. Have not seen much rain here locally within the Indy metro. Some steadier showers now northern Boone County up from Lebanon to Sheridan, but that's really been about it. We are keeping our eyes on what's going on back to our west. This is the steadier rainfall, and this is where that cold front is currently located. So we've seen some storm action kind of develop in advance of that boundary, and that is all headed in our direction. I really don't think we're going to miss out on this, unfortunately, for today. We have jumped all the way up to 72. We will hold steady in the low 70s between now and about the lunch hour when this steadier rainfall moves in. And then you're going to notice a quick change in our wind direction. That cooler, drier air will then take over on the backside of that system. In the meantime, temperatures have been really warming across the metro. We're in the low 70s already, 60s outside of the city. And as far as our forecast for today goes, rain becomes likely and temperatures fall through the 60s into the 50s later tonight. Coming up, we'll talk more about the rain timeline and some much cooler weather arriving for your Easter Sunday.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. We'll see you then. Developing this morning, Metro Police are investigating a crash on the city's south side. This happened near Carson and South Keystone Avenue, not too far from 65 and 465. Online police reports show that this crash happened shortly after 2:30 this morning. This is video and pictures that one of our photographers shot at the scene. You can see a car that appears to be damaged pretty badly. We have reached out to Metro Police for more information on this incident, and if there were any injuries, we'll keep you posted once we learn more. And we're also learning about another crash that happened just a mile from that last scene. Metro Police say this one was a deadly crash along Sherman Drive and Shelbyville Road. Police say it happened just before 3 o'clock this morning. Once on scene, officers say they found cars that had crashed. One of those cars had 2 men that died at the scene. Police say 2 people were in the other car and transported to a local hospital. They are awake and breathing, and we're told at least 1 person is being detained as police investigate what happened. The road to the Final Four ends at Lucas Oil Stadium right here in downtown Indy. UConn, Illinois, Michigan, and Arizona all facing off tonight for a shot at the national title game on Monday. Our Dominic Moran and Eli Gain got a chance to catch up with the coaches ahead of their games.
Hello, welcome to Lucas Oil Stadium, the center of the college basketball universe. Final Four festivities underway. We're just a day away, less than 24 hours from these teams hitting the hardwood. We have 2 excellent matchups. Let's start with Illinois and UConn.
Yeah, so good. Illinois not used to being on this stage. It's been 21 years since they've been to the Final Four. They're chomping at the bit to continue to make history.
And the fans are.
And the fans are,
my
too.
Goodness.
They absolutely flooded Lucas Oil Stadium when they were able to watch open practice. And then you look at who they're taking on, UConn. They're used to this, right? Danny Hurley has led this team to 3 Final Fours in the last 4 years, due for a good matchup in the first semifinal in the Final Four.
Danny does one of the best jobs in all of coaching with that part of it. And then they've got very good shooting. So, they've got great balance, and they take 24 three-point attempts a game, and you've got to have that balance. And then when it comes down to it, you've got to be tough enough and gritty enough to keep them off the glass.
I think they're a program and a staff that game plans, so you have to be prepared for multiple things. They're not just going to guard you the way that they guarded Houston. They're going to look for things to take away.
What a first game we're going to have between those two teams, no doubt about it. But I think the matchup everyone has their eyes on is the 2-1 seeds left in this tournament. Michigan and Arizona, just 5 losses between these two teams.
Yeah, they've been the cream of the crop of the entire college basketball season. Arizona hasn't been here in about 25 years. Yeah. But then you look at Michigan, they've had their runs, but Dusty May has really turned it around. Yeah, heavyweight bout, you got it for this one.
You know, they know what they're looking for. The simplicity allows them to be creative together. And so, we continue to try to find nuggets or an edge, and all we found is incredible consistency.
I think both of us are going to try to play to our strengths and see how it feels. You know, to me, that's the biggest thing. And, we obviously got a lot of respect for Michigan. They've had an incredible season, and they're incredibly well built. And we know there's going to be a ton of challenges tomorrow, and we're going to kind of have some moments where we have to figure some things out.
It's going to be a lot of fun on Saturday night, and we'll see who's going to play ultimately for a national title. Any 4 of these teams deserving. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, who is going to punch that final ticket to play on Monday in that national championship? We're going to have you covered for all of it, all weekend long, over the air on Channel 13 and streaming and digitally on WTHR+. That's us for now from Lucas Oil Stadium. For Dominic Miranda, I'm Eli Gain for 13 Sports.
All right, certainly looking forward to that. And 3 other national championships will be decided Sunday. This will be over at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, and this is the first time in NCAA history that one city is hosting the D1, 2, and 3 men's basketball championships, plus the NIT championship. So the Division II championship starts the action tomorrow at 1 o'clock and features Lander against Gannon. Those teams will face off again 1 o'clock tomorrow. Then at 4:30, it's the Division III championship between Emory and Mary Washington. Then Tulsa plays Auburn in the NIT championship game. That'll be tomorrow at 8 o'clock. All of those games, again, happening over at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. And there is so much happening today, even if you aren't going to the game. Our Marina Silva, she's been downtown giving us a look at what's really in store for fans today. And Marina, how's it looking down where you're at?
Well, good morning, and it's pretty quiet down here right now, Matthew, but I'm telling you, even in a little while, it's not going to be. Downtown Indianapolis is about to be flooded with people, as we saw yesterday. We're going to see it again today. It's just such a great weekend to be down here in downtown Indianapolis. I'm on Georgia Street. This is where the tip-off tailgate is. It starts at 1 o'clock, and I want to show you. You see that big monitor? That's where they're going to be playing these games, and just what a way to watch some of these games. Now, I'm joined here with Deanne from Indiana Sports Corp. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. So tell me, what is the big thing today that people can look forward to if they're not going to the games?
I mean, if you're not going to the games, we have so many low and free opportunities. Like you said, right here on Georgia Street, we got the watch parties. You got free food. You got free drinks. They're doing live broadcasts. And then inside for Fan Fest, you can dunk a basketball. You could shoot a basketball. You could jump in a foam pit. You can get your hair cut in there. You can get photos ops with the national trophy. There's so many cool and fun things, but that's what makes the Final Four special. There's something for everyone.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And again, so many things going on downtown Indianapolis. We know that the Zach Brown Band is playing over at American Legion Mall. So really, even if you're not watching the games, there's so much to do downtown Indy this weekend. And even just for what time it is now, there's still a good amount of people out down here. Matthew?
All right. Yeah, everyone's trying to soak as much as they can in on this jam-packed weekend. So Marina Silva reporting live for us in downtown Indy. Thanks, Marina. And be sure to download the Men's Final Four event app. This will give you a full schedule of all the events with the dates and times, plus locations for all the fun happening this weekend. It includes maps and local transportation guides in case you need it. You can also sign up for the customized alerts.